Tonight, Bezrat Hashem, will continue the Jewish calendar, and we're going to learn about the month of Nisan. Chodesh Nisan is the month that Am Yisrael came out from Egypt. And from the beginning of the year, we'll learn about Chodesh Tishrei, Cheshvan, Kislev, Tevet, Shvat, Adar, Nisan. It's the 7th month from the beginning of the year, if you start in the year from Rosh Hashanah. According to the Torah, the month of Nisan is the 1st month. If you see in the Torah the 2nd month, the 3rd month, the 4th month, the Torah started from Chodesh Nisan. The Torah said in Parashat Bo, HaChodesh hazeh lachem rosh chodashim. This month will be the head of the other month. So how come? So the year of the Jewish calendar starts from the beginning of the year, like which is Rosh Hashanah, Aleph Tishrei, or from April, from Rosh Chodesh Nisan, from the Aleph of Nisan. So what's going on? What is the beginning of the year? Okay, so a lot of people getting confused of that because they see in the Torah, this is the 2nd month, this is the 3rd month, but it's not. It's the 8th, it's the month. It's the 9th month from the beginning of the year. So it's like kind of confusing. So Chazal said in the Masechet Rosh Hashanah, the Gemara said like that. So the Gemara said there is machloket between the Tanaim. There is argument, there is dispute, where and when the world was established and created. The world was created in Chodesh Tishrei, which is the 1st day of Tishrei, or the 1st day of Nisan. This is machloket. One of them said the world was created in Aleph Tishrei, Chodesh Tishrei, which means Rosh Hashanah is the beginning of the year. One of them said no, Aleph Nisan. So how come? You have an argument, something that is cannot be both together, because usually when the rabbis have dispute, both of them right, but each one of them look at the halacha on the pasuk or on the story in a different way. But here you can't say both. So the Arizal in the Kabbalist, one of the rabbis in the Kabbalist, he said both of them right. Hashem have in mind to create the world in Chodesh Tishrei. That's why Tishrei, this is the day of the creation. Why we started from Aleph Tishrei? Remember, the world was created in the 25th of Elul. The 6th day of the creation, He created the human being, and then we started to count the years. So Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year, is Aleph Tishrei. Head of the year is Aleph Tishrei, the 1st day of Tishrei. Hashem thought to create the world. When the other rabbi said that the world was established in Chodesh Nisan, he means that the Nisan, he is the head of the month. So when we talking about the month, we starting to count the months during the year. According to the Torah, we starting from Nisan. Why? Because from Nisan, Am Yisrael came out of Egypt and they become a nation. Since then, until then, they were slaves in Egypt. They were, there's a lot of things to happen before the 2,000 years, those 2,000 years in the generation of Noah, generation of Enosh, the generation of the Shvatim, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, until they become an actual nation, and after they came out of Egypt as a united nation. That's why we start in the month from Nisan, but actually the Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year, is Aleph Tishrei. Okay? Just for you to know. That's why in the Torah, Chodesh Nisan, also there is another name of Chodesh Nisan, Chodesh HaAviv. Aviv, Aleph Bet, Yud Bet. In Hebrew, you can read it Av Yud Bet, the father of Yud Bet. So Chodesh Nisan is the Aviv in Hebrew, it's springtime. All the time we need to have Pesach in Chodesh Aviv, in springtime. That's why I told you, that's the reason we add in another month of Chodesh Adar. Why we add in Chodesh Adar? Because it's the last month, and also because we have a difference 10 or 11 days every year that we're missing between the Jewish calendar to the English calendar, right? The Jewish calendar is 354, 55. The English calendar 365. So we're missing every year, we're missing 10 days. So after 3 years, we add in another month to Chodesh Adar. We have second Adar in order to have Pesach in the springtime. Otherwise, if we're not adding another month, what's going to happen? Pesach could be in March or February or even in the winter time, right? So that's why Chodesh Aviv, there is another name of Chodesh Nisan. The same thing, Chodesh Nisan, the name of Chodesh Nisan. What's Nisan in Hebrew? Nisan, like Nes. Who knows what is Nes? A miracle, right? It's not Nescafe. Nes, it's a miracle. Because we had so many miracles in Chodesh Nisan. Hashem opened the ocean. Hashem bring all the plagues to Egypt. Hashem did all of it in order to take us out from Egypt, right? And Hashem give us food from the sky and water from the well of Miriam and many things that we're going to talk about it. So we have so many miracles. So that's why we call it Nisan, the month of miracles. Okay? Chodesh Nisan, it's the month of the redemption, the month of miracles, the month of Emunah. Emunah, which means faith, that this month we get in to believe in Hashem because we saw Hashem in our eyes when we came out from Egypt and we saw all the miracles happening in front of our eyes, right? So that's why we call it Chodesh Nisan and Chodesh Aviv, the spring month, Av Yud Bet. This is the head of 12 months, and also we call it the Chodesh Nisan because of the miracles. Okay, so the Chodesh Nisan also mentioned in Megillat Esther. This is the first time in the Bible, in the book of Esther, they mentioned the Chodesh Nisan. And the Megillah said, "B'chodesh harishon Chodesh Nisan." The first month, he's Chodesh Nisan. Why we call it the first month? Because he's the head of the month. If you're talking about the years start from Aleph Tishrei, but the month, according to the Torah, starting from Chodesh Nisan. Okay, this is of the review of Chodesh Nisan. Chodesh Nisan, it's always 30 days, not 29, not 28, not 31, it's 30 days. And Chodesh Nisan, the entire month, we don't say Tachanun. We don't say confession. Why? Because it's a month of happiness, month of holidays, a lot of holidays. We celebrate our established as a nation. That's why we don't say Tachanun. When you're happy, and everybody in Am Yisrael happy, so we don't say confession in the tefillah. Also the same thing, and Chodesh Nisan is in the beginning of the month. We have a tradition to bless the trees from the beginning of Nisan. In Israel, here it's a little bit different with the seasons, but in Israel, this is the time that the trees starting to prosper. Yeah, you see the flowers, exactly. You see the flowers, you see the prosperity of the trees before they get in the fruit. So we're going outside with 10 people and we say a blessing for the trees. What is the blessing that we said? We said, Asher bara ilanot tovot v'ilanot tovot le'anot be'em b'nei adam. What is the meaning of this blessing? We thanks Hashem that Hashem creates so many beautiful trees and variety trees all over the world, and in order to have to enjoy them. But what's the meaning behind it? Because we have souls that everyone who leaves this world is not dying, is not. We call death if somebody passed away in this world, but his neshama goes away, right? Or to Gan Eden, to heaven, or to Gehenom, which means the hell, right? Some of the people will have a chance to come here again. Recognition. 3 times you can come here. If a person really tries so many times that it didn't work or still have missing of his mission, he can come more than 3 times, but usually 3 to 4 times to come back. How can you come back? You can come back as a human being, right? As a man, as a woman. Woman is the last time to come back. So you should know, this is the last time. I don't know if you're not Jewish, it's different, but women is the last time to fix yourself. But if a person did so many averot, he comes here as an animal. This is the second level. It's animal, like a cat, like a dog, like a bird, like whatever. It depends what kind of averot. If it did many averot, especially with adultery or something like that, he's coming as a cockroaches, like a U6, how you call it?
Insects?
What?
Bugs.
Insects, yeah. Yeah, bugs or all this stuff that annoying. So when you see a cockroach in your house, you should know where you're coming from. Or if he did so much averot, so the third level is the world of the trees, all the stuff that's growing up. So he comes as a tree, as a flower. That's why we're not allowed to cut a tree with fruit. You actually kill them. This is his tikkun, to come here as a tree for 50 years, for 20 years, whatever, as a flower, as whatever is growing up. Okay? So this is a soul of people. If this person did so many averot that he needs to die, let's say the Torah gives us a list of punishment when people needs to die. Okay, like a person not keeping Shabbat, like certain things that if a person eat, he needs to die. A person doing averot, have a relationship with someone that is not allowed, like Nida, like and others, or is his family, sister, mother, daughter, whatever, all the kind of arayot, also is required to die. But he didn't die. He lived until 70 or 60 or 70 because Hashem has His mercy on it, because he has his kids, because many other reasons that Hashem doesn't want to kill him this world. So every time he did a forbidden relationship, he needs to die. So some of the people have 100 or 200 times that you need to die. So they come as a tree, not just a tree, as a leaf. And every time he going, oh, boom, he dying. Oh, boom, he dying. And then he grow up. That's why the Arizal said, do not step on leaves, those neshamot, those people who passed away. So we have no, we can't see it, but those people who have eyes to see it and spiritual level to see it, they can see it. So that's why try to go around. If there is no other place or you cannot, of course you can pass by, but you can't just say, okay, this is leave, and then jump in all the time. But just to give you an example. So if a person did many more averot, he come in as the fourth level, the lowest level. It's like something that's not moving, like a wall, like this picture. This person, he didn't come to shul. That's why he's supposed to be there. So to be here for 20 years. Yeah, this chair or this table needs to listen to Divrei Torah because he never participated in Shura Torah. I told people, if you don't want to come to shul, you will come, but as a table. So don't run away from it. You can come as a camera. This camera didn't come. So you can, there is always recognition. What's the point of recognition? Maybe one day we're going to do shiur about it. Very interesting. To know which level and which time you're here and how many times you have left in your credits. So, and it's very important. And to know if your spouse, if your of your family around you. What's the tikkun together? Because we have 3 levels in our neshama, nefesh, ruach, and neshama. So each time you come in to fix different level in your soul. But anyway, this is just to explain what it's Birkat HaIlanot. So if a person die as a tree, so we have many thousands of neshamot, souls, that inside the tree. So we go in and we give a blessing, and we actually fix them. When we fix them, they finish their tikkun. Then they can go back to the world of the neshamot until Mashiach is coming. Okay? So, this is Birkat HaIlanot. Usually, in order to say Birkat HaIlanot, because it's pearl meaning it's 2, that's why we have to have 2 trees that we say this blessing, 2 type of trees with fruit that we didn't have the fruit yet, just the leaves, and then we say the blessing. Some of the people going outside of the city, but usually we're doing outside of the shul. If somebody have any garden or something like that, we're doing the blessing, and then we also pray for them. We're doing like tikkun for those people who passed away, and they didn't have a rest of peace. Okay? Because they did so much sin. Okay? So this is more or less just a review about, in general, about Chodesh Nisan. Okay? In Chodesh Nisan, we have the Passover. Passover, it's the month, it's the holiday that fall in this month of Chodesh Nisan. But before we go into Passover, the Torah said, even the halakha, there is halakha that we need to learn all those halachot 30 days at least before Pesach, because we have many halachot, that this is the most holy, that we have so many halachot, that we need to prepare ourselves before. Okay, so, Passover, this is the holiday that we celebrate in Pesach. When in Pesach? 14th of Nisan. 14th of Nisan, we came out of Egypt. 14th of Nisan night, this is the time of Leil HaSeder. Okay? Until when? We have 7 days. Here, outside of Eretz Israel, we have 8 days because we celebrate the second Yom Tov. So we have the first day, and we have the second day as a Yom Tov, like Shabbat. Okay? And then we have Chol HaMoed, couple days, and then we have the Shvi'i Shel Pesach, the 7th and the 8th days of Pesach. This is another 2 days of Yom Tov. Okay? So, before Pesach, we should know, in the 13th night, we have halakha that we need to check our house from chametz. And for that, I need to give you a little bit of introductions. The Torah said, few times the Torah talks about chametz. What is chametz means? Chametz is something, whatever comes from wheat and water, like bread, cookies, cakes, anything that comes from wheat and water together, it's considered chametz. The Torah commands us from Pesach begin, we're not allowed to have any chametz. Only matzah. Matzah, it's also come from flour and water, but it didn't reach the 18 minutes. Second before the 18 minutes, they need to take it out. They need to stop. What they need to stop, you can see in the bakery, they preparing the dough, they passing from each other. You see the time, 18 minutes, that's it. If they pass it, it's chametz, consider chametz. They throw a lot of things that they couldn't make it. But why? Why is the reason? The Torah said 4 mitzvot, 4 things that we have around the chametz. First of all, the Torah commands us we're not allowed to eat chametz. V'lo ya'achel chametz. This is first. Do not eat chametz during the Pesach. Do not eat, included, do not enjoy. Let's say I have chametz. I want to sell it to my brother, to somebody else. Not allowed to enjoy it. I want to give to my dog because instead of to buy him a meal, no, you're not allowed to enjoy it. Okay, all during the Pesach. The second forbidden, the second things that we're not allowed to do, that we're not allowed to have chametz in our property, in our territory. Not just to not to eat. I could have said, okay, it's in my house, but I'm not going to eat it. It's like I'm in fasting. I'm doing a fast of bread. No, you have to take it out of your house. This is the second. Shiv'at yamim se'or lo yimatzeh bevatechem. The Torah said and emphasized 7 days. Se'or, a little crumbs of kazait, like this amount, you're not allowed to have in your territory, in your house, in a facility that belongs to you. Even you have few houses, you're not allowed to have. Even you have few cars, boats, whatever you have, right? You're not allowed to have any chametz there. The third one, that not only not to eat, not to have it in my territory, not to see chametz. V'lo yira'eh lecha chametz. You're not allowed to see the chametz also. Okay? Because if you see, oh, there's a yummy cake over there. Let me grab it. Let me pass by. I'm going to take a bite. There's a yummy cracker. And right? So that's the Gemara said, Shema imtza gluskana. Maybe you will find a nice cake and you will take a bite because you're a human being. Right? So this is the third one. It's, you're not allowed to see it, something around in your property. You're not allowed to eat it, you're not allowed to have it, you're not allowed to see it. The fourth one, this is the last issue. You have to burn it and get rid of it. Burn it, actually burn it. To take the actual bread, challah, crackers, whatever you have, and we're making a fire, burning. We burn it. Okay? So, because of this Isurim, the Torah said, Shiv'at yamim matzot ochelu, ach bayom harishon tashbitu se'or mibatechem. You should burn it and remove it from your property. How can you need to remove it? By burn it. How you're supposed to burn it? We burn it with fire. A person that cannot burn it with fire, or you're not allowed to, or whatever, it's complicated in your hotel or in your friend's house, or even your neighborhood, the association doesn't let to do it, so you can throw it away from your house to the garbage that belongs to the city, or to a different place far away from your house. Okay? Or if it's not, you can do it, or there is not the day that the city removing the garbage away, you can spray on it or put economica or any soap or something that is not going to be edible anymore, even for dogs. This is considered also burnt. Or, here's another option, just to break it into the bathroom and flush it. It's going to go away, promising. So, this is the fourth mitzvah of the Torah. The first one, not to eat it. The second one, not to have it in your property. Third one, not to see it. The fourth one, you need to get rid of it. Whether it's to burn it, whether it's to get rid of it in other ways. Okay?
Can you give it to like whatever near a lake? Can you throw it in a lake, ducks, or no?
Yes, you can throw it to the lake, but there is another point where we need to get rid of it far away from our house. But if there's no other ways, or you can burn it, or you don't have any place to do it, or whatever, you can do it. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so why? That's if you have a little chametz, little cereal, little challah, little crackers. But what if your company, or you have a store? What if you have a factory? What if you have so much chametz that you can't get rid of it? You can't just burn all the building. You can't burn 15 locations, right? So what should you do? Can you close it? You can close it. But what about all the chametz that are inside? So this halacha, 400 years ago, came to the rabbis in Europe because the people used to have a lot of food. It's not like they have a fridge like today, or they can get rid of it, but they can even do something with it because they're going to lose so much money. They make a profits from it to the entire year. So the rabbis make a takana, an exemption, that you can sell it to the goy, somebody who is not Jewish. You sell it to the goy. You're making the selling. You remember who do I sell last year? Right? I sell her the chametz, the entire community in the entire plantation. Why? What we doing? Because the Torah said, "Velo yira'eh lecha," you're not allowed to have your chametz in your property that belongs to you. So there is an exit on the freeway that you can give. Okay, it's not mine. It's not mine. What?
You need to clean your house.
Yeah, of course. That's something else. Yeah, but actually you're a goy. Yeah, of course you need to, but in fact you're not Jewish. So what are you doing actually? How are we doing the selling the chametz? We taking all the chametz that we want to keep during the Pesach, and we put it in a specific closet, specific room, and specific place. We got the address, and we have to have the exact place, and we write it down on the paper, and we sign that I'm allowed to give my permission, my authority to the rabbi to sell my chametz to this goy, that from the beginning of Pesach until the end of Pesach. Now, the goy give me deposit. Let's say I'm assuming that the chametz, the entire community, worth $10,000. So he give me $300 deposit, and he have 1 week to decide if he would like to complete the purchase after 1 week or no. Okay. For now, it completely belongs to him. I do kinyan with money. I sell the chametz with money. I do in kinyan with hagbaha. There's another way I have to sell. Okay, to raise something. You remember when you get married, you have to raise something, and because we're doing kinyan for the ketubah. And there's another way to sell by trading something. So I give you a pen, you remember, and you give it to me. There's many other ways. There's another way how to sell it by doing kinyan. I selling you by give you one place, one corner in my house. So on top of that, you have to have all the chametz, and the chametz belongs to you. This is few kinyanim that, according to halacha, can explain to you how it works. But according to halacha, few kinyanim to make it stronger and also valid according to the law of Florida, the law of Israel, the law of any place that you live. You can do it. You cannot do it by yourself. You have to do it through the rabbi, because the rabbi know how to do it. So everybody bring me all the papers, and they sign, and they give me their keys into their house, all the addresses. I have like 100 and 200, hundreds of addresses. So everybody that the goy can come into your house during the Pesach, he can eat crackers and can eat whatever he wants. Okay? There is a city in Yerushalayim. There is a neighborhood, very big neighborhood. They sell chametz to the goy. He was worth over $20 million. And the goy took all the 5 trailers full of chametz, and he ran away. He took it. He said, "You sell it to me." And everybody was shocked. It's a real thing. It's not like a fake or something like a joke. It's a real thing. It's a real mechira. They do in the Rabbanika in Israel. They're doing the entire Israel, the entire places, boats, airplanes, hotels. It's real. So this is the way that we get to the point that we have in mind that we don't have to worry about the chametz that we want to keep. What's the problem to keep it in my house? We're not allowed to keep it in your house. But what about the stuff that is not chametz? It's kind of chametz. What do you mean? Like a flower. It didn't touch the water yet. It's just a flower, right? Or we have things that we used to use it with chametz, like pots. But the pots swallow. You don't see the actual chametz inside, but it's swallow. So these dishes and stuff full of chametz. So you also sell it to the goy. You remember? You don't sell the actual pots. You sell the chametz that's inside. That's what we sell it, the chametz to the goy. And also, we have another halacha, that if a person keep his chametz in the garage or in any other places during the Pesach, let's say he didn't touch it, he didn't see it, it was not in his facility, just keep it somewhere. After Pesach, he said, let's take it and eat it. You're not allowed to. You got a fee, you got a fine from Chazal that you're not allowed to touch it. Okay, if a person didn't do mechirat chametz, didn't sell his chametz, let's say a person have a store, a grocery store full of chametz, said, I'm going to close it, I'm going to go away for 1 week, 2 weeks, then I'm going to come back. Everything, you're not allowed to touch it. That's why after Pesach, before you eating something, any bread and anything that chametz, you have to see chametz shenitchan la'achar Pesach. This chametz made after Pesach. Because, or you have to see the certificate that this store was selling to the goy from this day to this day, that you're sure that it was not belongs to the Jewish guy during the time of Pesach. Okay? Because if it was belongs to the Jewish guy, you're not allowed to enjoy it. Now, let's say, you know what, I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm going to sell it. It's also considered enjoy. So that's why you have to make sure that you don't forget to do mechirat chametz to the goy. So, we have, before Pesach, 2 weeks from the beginning of Nisan. Some of the people even start 1 month before, from Purim even, to prepare the house, to clean the house from all the chametz. This is the time to shake your beds and to shake your kids' beds and kids' closet, and you see pizzas and crackers. And you saw how many things I found, it's unbelievable, like beastly everywhere, bamba, chips, under, everywhere. So this is the time to renew and refresh the house. That's why we preparing ourselves, we cleaning, we buy new things, new dishes. Today in America, it's instead of to clean the chametz pots or to do achshara, we're going to learn about how to do achshara, to make it kosher. In $200 you buy the entire things new. Some of the people I saw, they have 2 kitchens, one for Pesach and one the entire year. 2 kitchens just for that. Or 2 sets of just one for Pesach. This is recommend to do for everyone instead of to going crazy. But anyway, we're starting to prepare ourselves to clean everywhere, all the corners, all the stuff, all the web, spider webs, and all the stuff that we don't have time to get there, even the drawers that we have so many stupid things inside, right? So we just put it, we clean in the house. But we have few ways how to get rid of the chametz, okay? Chazal said, the Torah said, tashbitu sior mebatichem, get rid of the chametz. Chazal said, we have ashbata balev, by verbally say, I don't care about my chametz, I don't want to enjoy it, and from myself you consider like in sand. This is one way, verbally. I don't want it, I don't want to enjoy it, and for me it's considered like a sand, okay? There's another way to burn it, actually burn it, to get rid of it physically, okay? So that's why we're doing and making sure that we're getting rid of the chametz from all those ways. How we do it? 13 of Nisan, in the night, we coming home and we're doing bedikat chametz, checking the chametz. How we checking the chametz? Before we started, we're taking 10 crumbs, 10 little crumbs, less than kazait, less than that, inside the aluminum, inside the little bags or something that is not going to fall away, little bags, and we hide it in 10 places in the house, places that we know that we need to make sure and to get there and to see what's going on there. Why are we doing it? Because we say the bracha, ברוך אתה השם, אלוקינו מלך העולם, אשר קידישנו במצוותיו וציוונו, על ביעור חמץ. We say the bracha to burn the chametz, but we're not burning now. We burn it in the morning, while we starting from the night. Okay? So because we say the bracha, let's say if I'm going to check with the candle all over the house, and I'm not going to find anything, it's bracha for nothing. I mean, you say bracha even you don't have the chametz. So because we don't want to have the bracha for nothing, okay? You're not allowed to say the bracha without drinking. Like say, Shakol nea midvaro, but I'm not drinking. You're not allowed to. It's the same thing. You say, I'm going to burn a chametz, but I have no chametz to burn. That's why you keep in from the challah a little bit of crumbs, and you put it all over the house, and you say the bracha, and then we go in with the kids, we check in the corners, we're taking a candle, and a little how you call it? Feather. Feather, exactly. Feather. And that's what you used to do a long time ago. But today there is a little bit of you can have a broom or something like that, and a shovel, and we go in with the candle all over the house, all over the kitchens, the closet, everywhere in the house. You go and you close in the light, and you're doing bdikat chametz. This is very, very important. This is one thing that we're making sure that the chametz is not in our house. If you're scared to get burned of the candle, or of the wax is melting on your hand, it's every second you're burning yourself, can you use a flashlight? Then it's much easier, especially under the beds or under places that could be. Yeah, but usually we're doing with the candle. It's especially it's nice, and also this is what they used to do for thousands of years. So we're doing with the candles, and then we say the bracha. We're checking out the house. Okay, so we're checking the house with the chametz. We're selling the chametz before Pesach to the goy. We have to sell it until the morning of Pesach. The morning. If you pass the time of the morning, it's 11 o'clock, 11:30, you cannot sell the chametz anymore. So we're checking it night before Pesach, night before. Before it's the 13th night, we're checking the chametz. And then when we finish to check the chametz, we say 3 times, you see in the Siddur, in Aramaic we say it, well you can say it in English, Kol chamira vechamira deika birshuti, dechazite u delo chazite, debiarte u delo biarte, livtil veleheve afra keafra de'ara. I'm going to translate from Aramaic. I speak Aramaic. So it's like Arabic, but it's the language of the Gemara, the Talmud. So we say, all the chametz that I have in my house or outside of my house that belongs to me, that I see or I didn't see, for me it will be considered like a sand on the ground. So why we say it 3 times? Because you have to have in your heart to cancel it. For me, it's nothing. Like I don't want to enjoy it. Okay, you say it 3 times in the night after you finish to check the house. In the morning. Now in the morning. Let's go to the morning. In the morning, we check the chametz in the house and we put it outside the house. All the rooms are clean, all the kitchen are clean. We prepare for Pesach. We still have enough time in the morning to eat the last pita with chocolate, the last cereal and the last chametz until 10:30. This is the last time of eating chametz. Another hour, what? 10:30, approximately, each year it's different, 10:30, 10:40, something like that. We still have time to eat breakfast with chametz, like actually bread and pita. After that, we're not allowed to eat chametz, we have to brush your teeth, and we have 1 hour to burn the chametz. Until 11:30, sometimes it's until 12. To burn it, which means or with fire, or in the bathroom, or to put it in the faraway garbage, to get rid of it, that you don't see it.
In the morning, 14th.
Yes, and the 14th, exactly. The 14th in the morning, until 11, from 10:30 to 11:30 or 12. It's 1 or 1.5 hours. You still have time to burn the chametz, and since then you're not allowed to see, you're not allowed to enjoy, you're not allowed to touch any chametz around you. And also, this is the last time that you're allowed to sell the chametz. That if you forget or you didn't catch the rabbi or something like that, or this is the last time. Since we have the time begin that we're not allowed to eat and we're not allowed to touch and see chametz, that's it. The Isur chametz begin, and you can't make any sell, okay? Because it's forbidden to enjoy it. So you cannot have the benefits of it to sell it to someone who can enjoy the money or something that you sell, okay? But before that, if somebody leave the house before Pesach, he's going to Israel, he's going to his parents in Los Angeles, whatever, you're traveling, I need to check my house of chametz? I'm not going to be there, but my house belongs to me. Maybe it's going to be chametz inside. I need to check it or no? Yes. If you leave within 30 days before Pesach, which means from Purim to Pesach, if you leave before Purim, 30 days before Pesach, you don't need to check anything. No, you're going to Israel, you're going far away for so much time, you don't need to check your house. But if you go in this time, 2 weeks or 3 weeks before Pesach, but it's within 30 days, you need to check the chametz before you leave. Even you leave 2 weeks before, people who go to Cancun, to that, to this vacation, this place, many places, told them, you have to check the chametz, but without bracha. We don't say the blessing. Okay? You can check it even during the day or during the night, whatever, before you go, check the chametz and that's it. You have to check the chametz not just in your house. If you have few properties, if you don't rent it. If you rent it to somebody else, this is his responsibility. But if you don't rent it, offices, cars, trucks, whatever it belongs to you, that usually using with chametz, and you need to check it before, okay? So, why we do all of it? Because the Torah is so extremely about it, about chametz. That's what we have to make sure from the entire, all the ways to make sure that we don't have chametz. We cancel it in our heart. We burn it. We sell it. We check in it. We clean in our house. We get rid of it. Because the chametz also is not just the physical chametz, which is bread. It's consider and represent the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. Evil inclination represent the chametz. Why? Because when you start the bread, when you start to rise and become chametz and become a bread, a dough, only after 18 minutes. The Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, make us feel good about ourselves. Yeah, I'm okay. Well, what's wrong? I'm a good person. What's wrong? Right? I'm not doing anything. Everybody have his pride, his ego. This is evil inclination. The matzah is like a little cracker, very humble. Take your air down. Take your air down. Be like normal on the ground. Don't feel above everyone. Don't be upset and screaming, fighting, or whatever. Feel like that. All our problems in life when we have so much air in ourselves, right? So, and we feel above everyone. We don't want to face the reality, and we always reject people, and we have a lot of problems because of that. And also we're doing a lot of sin because of that. So this is represent the evil inclination. That's the word of chametz, also different. What's the difference between the word matzah and chametz? Matzah, it's mem, tzadik, hey. Chametz, it's chet, mem, tzadik. It's the same word, chet and hey. What's the difference, chet and hey? Chet is like that, close, like a chair, chet, right? Hey is like that, but a little bit of over here. It's not all the way down, right? So the same thing, the difference between chametz and matzah is just a second. Before the 18 minutes, it's still matzah. After the 18 minutes, it's chametz. So the same thing, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, can put you in a second. Sometimes you like in the middle, In a second, it can put you down. That's why we're getting rid of it. We want to make a new beginning. Chodesh Nisan, it's a new beginning, new believing, new connecting to Hashem, to the Judaism, and to Israeli nation, okay? That's why we get rid of all the chametz around our house for all the entire ways. So now, after we cancel the chametz, and we burn it, and we get rid of it, and we check our house, and we're ready in the morning, okay? Ready in the morning. We have another things that we need to prepare before we start in Pesach, okay? Before we're starting, in the morning, we're not allowed to work. If a person working in the day before Pesach, I mean during the day, the Pesach is in the nighttime, 14 in the night, he's not going to see any blessing and any benefits from this money. If you even whatever you make, it's going to go away. As I said, you need to prepare yourself to also to prepare the food. What? You can work. In the day of Pesach, we can work. Even actually, it's a regular day. Technically, you can work, allowed to work, but we don't allow to work because you need to prepare yourself for Pesach, to make the matzot and all the simanim and all the stuff that we eat in during the Leila Seder. Going to go through it, B'ezrat Hashem. So you have to be focused. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. That's why we don't do melacha during the Pesach night, Erev Pesach, the day before. Also, we have, if somebody is Bechor, we have halacha ta'anit Bechorot, the fast of the Bechorot. You know what's Bechor? Firstborn. If you're firstborn, because of the same day, the 14th of Nisan, when Am Yisrael came out from Egypt, the last plague was, the 10th one, was Hashem killed all the Bechorim, all the firstborn, all the firstborn in Egypt. That's why a person wake up in the morning and he saw 5 of his children passed away. And you don't understand how he have 5 children that the firstborn.
But it's only
Because
10, right?
because his wife cheated on him and she went with 5 different people. So, and then he realized that's why everybody got crazy. So only Am Yisrael remained and no one died. Because of this miracle, the Bechorot need to fast during the day. But because it's very hard today to fast, especially before Pesach, and you're running and you're doing so much stuff, and you're waiting for Leila Seder to eat, we're starting to eat only 10 p.m. So it's very hard. So what we're doing Siyum Masechet. I told you, we have in the Gemara, the verbal Torah, we have 60 Masechtot. You remember? 60 Masechtot. All of it over here. This is 60 Masechtot in the Talmud. So when you finish Masechet, you're doing Seudat Mitzvah. We're doing a meal to celebrate that you finished the entire Masechet. Each Masechet have a different length. Some of that is 60 pages, 100 pages. It's the same. Or in the Gemara, whatever you read, you finish it. So the rabbi usually do it. Or in the other communities, some of the people do it. And then he give some cakes in the morning, cakes that kosher Pesach. Whoever participate in this celebration, and he's Bechor, he don't need to fast during the day. Okay? So it's only apply for men. For a woman, there is machloket if a woman obligate to fast, but it's better to take a piece of the cake that they use it for the Siyum Masechet. Okay? So if your husband or if your friends or whatever came, and you know that you're firstborn, or even you have a firstborn, like I am not firstborn, my sister, she's above me, but my son is a firstborn, but he's not bar mitzvah, so he cannot fast, so I need to fast instead of him. So that's why I need to do Siyum Masechet. But if you cannot participate, at least you can get a cake or something from the Siyum, that got the blessing from the Siyum, and then you're not obligated to fast. This is during the day before Pesach. The same thing, we're not allowed to eat matzah. Now, at 11:30, we're not allowed to eat chametz. What about to eat matzah? This is the bread that are allowed to eat. No, only in the night. So what should I eat 7 hours? From 12 to 7. So eat something else, potatoes or whatever. Or people today eating matzah ashira. What is matzah ashira? It's cakes that kosher lePesach. Today it's amazing. You see cakes, borekas, even rogala, amazing. You don't feel Pesach. You see everything, like even snacks, kosher lePesach, cereal, kosher lePesach, crackers, pitas, kosher lePesach. It's unbelievable. It's not come from flour. It's like from potato flour or something like that. So some of the poskim said that the rest, if it's not actual matzah, you're allowed to eat. So eat whatever other stuff, but no matzah. Why? Because we need to have excitement and to enjoy it in the night. So be hungry that you enjoy the mitzvah of matzah in the nighttime when we start in the Leil HaSeder after the Kiddush. Okay? The same thing during the day. We have to get a haircut. It's not applied for women. It's applied for men, haircut or shaving your beard. Why? Because also during the holiday of Pesach or any kind of holiday, you're not allowed to shave. You're not allowed to take a haircut, but during the Chol HaMoed, during the Yom Tov, of course, but during the Chol HaMoed, even it's a regular days, you're not allowed to have a haircut. But more than that, after Pesach, in Motzei Pesach, in the second day of Pesach, we start in Sfirat HaOmer. We count in the Omer. We're going to talk about it, what is counting the Omer means. But we count in 49 days from the second day of Pesach until Shavuot, till we receive the Torah. Shavuot, 6th of Sivan. So all those days, we're mourning because the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva, they passed away during these 33 days. So from Pesach, from 33 days, we're not allowed to have an haircut. We're not allowed to shave. We're not allowed to listen to music. So that's why prepare before Pesach to make sure that you go into a barber and to shave and to take care of yourself. It's not applied for women. Women, because she needs to take care of herself, shaving and stuff like that, she's allowed to do it. Of course, not in Chol HaMoed time, but after Pesach, she's allowed to do it. The same thing. The same thing. Now we have the last things before we end in. I mean, we didn't even start, but we didn't even start. But I'm going to tell you another halacha. Because we have an halacha in Pesach. During the year we have an halacha, but all of you know that we're not allowed to mix meat and milk together. Right?
Yeah.
What about if I have my son drink shoko or something like that? I'm making chicken soup. By mistake, my son wanted to see it. All his shoko went inside. Or a little bit of milk inside. Or his, whatever, any dairy come inside the chicken or to meatballs. What should I do? It got mixed together. It got even cooked together. Should I throw it or not? Huh? Who knows? Should I throw it? It got mixed together. Fiorella, should I throw it?
No, I would throw it. Don't do whatever halacha you want to say. It's easier to throw it.
We need to throw it or we're allowed to eat it? You remember?
I wouldn't eat it. I don't remember that. I wouldn't eat it.
So, the halacha said, if it's liquid, let's say I have a milk, something liquid, or any kind of dairy stuff spell inside, it's liquid. If we have the meat, 60% of it, more than this a little bit of milk, it's kosher. Even it mixed together, it's kosher and you're allowed to eat it. Even it's tasty.
Wow.
But let's say, but if I have only two meatballs, and I have a cup of milk, it's more than that, right? So it's all garbage. You have to throw it. You're not allowed to enjoy it. But also, you're not allowed to. So somebody told me, Rabbi, so what's the problem? I'm going to add more meatballs, and then it's going to be more, and then it's going to be above percentages, and then it's going to be okay. No, we're not allowed to cancel it and to do it. Only if it fell in.
Like just
Yeah, this is always. This is all the year. This is just one example that I want to tell you what's related to chametz. But we're going to get through it once we finish the Jewish calendar. We start in the kosher stuff, and then I'm going to tell you all the halachot.
like accident.
Yeah,
When people
accident.
gonna say, oh, no, I'm gonna
No, of course, accident. Yeah, mixed together.
confused and say, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
mix it with butter.
Exactly. The same thing opposite. I'm making now onion soup with mozzarella. Very, very yummy. And now, by mistake, my son come with a hot dog, want to see what's going on, and the hot dog come inside. Right? So if we have more than that, of course, you're taking the hot dog away. But you're not, okay, let's make a yummy onion soup with mozzarella and pieces with a hot dog. No, you have to take it outside. But even it got mixed and cooked together, you're allowed to enjoy it as long as you have 60 of it. More than that. What?
Because it's being cooked together?
No, even they got touched together.
Okay.
Even it's not cooked together. One second. But this one only if it's liquid. What about if I have feta cheese, right? It's not liquid. Fall down inside meatballs. It's dry and dry together. Okay, I have meat, like actual meat or chicken, without soup or something, without sauce. And this one got inside. I have 60 of it. It's not going to help me. I have to have rov. Rov, which means I don't need to have 60 of it, even 51%. I have to have more than that. 51% of the kosher one. Okay? This is applied not just even meat and milk. What about if somebody put something not kosher? Pork.
Oh, I know. Just throw
By
it away.
mistake.
Okay, cool.
Somebody goes, somebody, I don't know, employees, he just painting you. Oh, what do you have here? By mistake, his pastrami fell out from the pita. Things happen, you know, inside. It happened here in Nava Kosher, Nava Kitchen. Yeah, it happened there.
Oh.
They called me, yeah. So, like, she had, like, huge pots full of meat. Yeah, it happened. And sometimes what should you do? You're going to throw away a few $1,000s? Like, so you need to know the halachot, exactly when and how to measure. And anyway, we're going to go through all these halachot, a lot of details. But anyway, this is, if it's liquid, you have to have 60, 1 of 60.
If liquid with liquid?
Liquid and liquid, 1 of 60. If it's dry, you have to have harov, the majority. Okay, 51%. Okay, so this is the entire isurim, the entire things that comes together that not allowed to mix them together, whether it's not kosher, whether it's milk and meat together, that even both of them alone, that kosher, but if they mix together, they're not allowed to, so they apply this halacha. What about if chametz come inside my pot? A little bit, by mistake, above the fridge, I forgot to clean up, and then I saw a little cracker, whoop, inside the noodle, inside the soup for the Lela Seder. What should I do? I can say, we have 60 of it? Pff, no, even you have 1,000. More than that, you have to throw it away. That's the difference. Chametz, afilu be'elef lo batil. Even 1,000 of it is not going to be cancelled. Because Chazal, the Torah was so extremely about it, chametz, even 1,000. Okay? Even you add more and more, it doesn't matter. Chametz, you have to get rid of it. Any case, it's only with this halakha and chametz. You see how much Torah very strict about it. The other things, even it's something not kosher. There is a question what to do with the pot, what to do with if it makes the pot's not kosher, if you need to kosher the pots, but we're going to go through it. But anyway, this is what I want to tell you. This is about ta'arovat chametz. That even one thing fell down is not going to be kosher. Why? Why the Torah is so extremely about it? Because chametz is karet. If a person eats chametz in Pesach, it's karet. What is karet means? Remember what is karet means? We have few cutting your life or cutting your neshama. We have four. We have few levels of death, of punishment of the Torah. When the Torah said a person needs to die, or by burning, or by choking or drowning, or by falling off from the roof, or getting accident or something like that. I'm talking about when Beit HaMikdash was established, that the Beit Din used to do it, or someone cutting his head away, or burn his throat, or choke them, or yeah, but don't worry, nobody did it only once in 70 years. It's a lot of details to get to this point to get this punishment. But the Torah said a list of punishment in certain things that if a person didn't keep Shabbat, this is the worst. This is skila. We throw him out from the roof and we throw all the rocks. Everybody throw rocks on him until he's dead. Okay? But this is if he did it by mistake. If he did it on purpose, it's karet. Karet is a person have a relationship with a woman when she have her period. When she's nida. You're not allowed to be together. If you have a relationship, this is also karet. If a person eats on Yom Kippur and is not fasting Yom Kippur, karet. Karet, which means, or the cut in your life, you need to have 70 years in this world, or 80 years, cut in your life. Pfft. You see a person, boom, oh, he's gone. He didn't even have time to prepare. He didn't have was sick even, boom. Or even a person passed his life, but he came to Olam Haba and he cuts forever for Am Yisrael and his neshama got destroyed. Okay, so this because chametz, if a person eats chametz in Pesach, it's karet. It's the worst case. It's the very, very severe. We have 36 mitzvot and averot that karet. If a person did it brit milah, person go with men and men together, or men with animals, and all this stuff that belongs to arayot and relationships, forbidden relationships, that you see today that is very common, unfortunately. So this is karet. This is the worst avera in the world. So that's why also to be with the Goya is karet. Just to let you know. To have a relationship with the Goya, somebody is not Jewish, so that's why you have to think about your husband before you have any relationship. But, so the eat chametz in Pesach is karet. That's why the Torah and all the halachot is very strict and very, very tough about it. That's why we're getting all of it and getting rid of it, all the chametz that are around us, and in even stuff that is not real chametz, but it might be connecting or mixing with a little bit of chametz, like spices. I'm going to give you all the list next year. Spices and all the stuff that is not really chametz, but it could be contains bread, contains crumbs, contains wheat, contains all of it. That's what we're getting rid of all those stuff from our house before getting prepared for Pesach. Okay? So next time, B'ezrat Hashem, we're gonna learn about Leil HaSeder, what we're doing in Leil HaSeder, all the 15 steps in Leil HaSeder, what exactly we're doing, and before we start in Leil HaSeder, we have a special shiur, how to kosher your house for Pesach, how to kosher all the stuff, utensil stuff, the kitchens, the fridge, the everything, how to make it kosher, and also there's a lot of related to during the year, even how to kosher. Let's say you have a pot and you want to kosher it from besari, from milchik to fleshik to meat. If you want to kosher, how to do it exactly. So I'm going to give you all the list in English. We're going to go one by one, and we're going to talk about all of it, and also about Leil HaSeder, and we'll finish all the Pesach, B'ezrat Hashem. Okay.